She brought sunshine to the room.
A Central Kentucky pastor is remembering a woman found shot to death during what police are calling a murder-suicide. They are holding on to the memory of their father and husband this holiday season.
It'll just be heartwarming, and it'll see a little bit of Mark in that when I see those kids.
How a Lexington family is sharing a cyclist's passion.
Coming up, inmates from the Lincoln County Regional Jail are able to give their child a toy for Christmas.
This is WKYT News.
He says she brightened many lives. Thanks for watching WKYT. I'm Kristen Kennedy. We are learning tonight about the woman killed in what Winchester police are calling a murder-suicide. They say 54-year-old Melanie Gabbard and 43-year-old Richard Lambert died inside Palmer Engineering on Shoppers Drive yesterday afternoon. WKYT's Garrett Weimer is talking to a pastor at the church Gabbard attended. He has our top story.
We're told she was always giving back and helping others. In fact, one person who knew her called her sunshine to her church and her community. Just a tribute of how highly those who knew Melanie Gabbard thought of her. Paul Hollingsworth is the senior pastor at Gabbard's church, now shocked and saddened by the sudden loss of one of their sisters in Christ. It's been a difficult couple of days here, less than a week now until Christmas. Hollingsworth says Gabbard was a big part of their church family and just a great person to be around.
She brought with her almost a sense of magic in that when she entered a room, she made a statement. She brought sunshine to the room, and you could feel her presence when she was there, but she never sought that.
Hollingsworth says amid this tragedy, they can take hope in knowing they'll see Gabbard again someday, but it's still difficult losing her so suddenly. In Winchester, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Autopsies are scheduled for today in Frankfort. Tonight, we are learning about 3 people killed in a southern Kentucky crash. That crash happened around 5:15 yesterday on the Hal Rogers Parkway near mile marker 23 in Clay County. State police say 40-year-old Jason Gibson was driving west when he crossed the center line and hit another car head-on. We're told the driver of the car, 63-year-old Judy Pennington Adams, and 2 of her passengers, 59-year-old Charlene Lewis and 23-year-old Tiffany Williams, died at the scene. Troopers say Williams was 8 months pregnant and her unborn baby died in the crash. And we just learned a few minutes ago that Williams' 2-year-old son, Kyson, who was in that car, has died from injuries that he suffered in the crash. Gibson, we're told, is at UK Hospital, and state police believe that alcohol and drug use are factors in that crash. A Madison County family says a Grinch stole all their gifts. Amber Root has a makeshift gift wrapping station set up in a shed behind her home, and normally she says she locks it, but sometime last week when the shed was unlocked, Root says someone walked in and stole all of her daughter's wrapped gifts.
So it was unlocked for about maximum of about 30 minutes. And I just went out there, locked it, and the next morning I unlocked it and noticed, oh my gosh, everything's gone. Everything. Like, that is all we have.
Root says the stolen gifts amount to more than $1,000. And in Lexington, police are looking for a man who robbed a store this morning. The man walked into the Dollar General on Leestown Road around 11:30. Officers say he showed the clerk a box cutter and demanded money. We're told he did get away with some cash, and the man, we're told, was wearing an orange hoodie, a black beanie, and black pants. A Lincoln County man is facing many charges tonight for leading deputies in Garrett County on a chase. Deputies in Boyle County were trying to track down Jonathan Durham. They say Durham stole a car, and deputies in Garrett County spotted that car on Ballard Road. When they tried to pull Durham over, they say he took off. Durham then, we're told, rammed a deputy's patrol car. He eventually stopped on Sugar Creek Road. Deputies say they had to chase him down to finally arrest him. He now faces charges in Garrett, Lincoln, and Boyle counties. We have had a chilly start to the weekend, but we are tracking some warmer temperatures for our Sunday. WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell is taking an early look at a Christmas week wrap-up.
And I'll tell you what, it is going to be nothing Christmas-like as we get into Monday all the way into Christmas Day itself. Today, this is what you think of when you think of Christmas. A chill in the air and flakes of snow flying. We had that yesterday. Today, we just had the chill in the air. Right now in Lexington, 36 degrees with a lot of mid-30s hanging out here with us across most of the area. We look now to our Defender radar network, and it is quiet across the entire area. We're not finding a lot of cloud cover either, and we won't until we get into the day tomorrow, because what's going to happen is we're out ahead of our next wave of energy that's going to increase the cloud cover, and it's also going to bring us chances of rain once we make the transition from Sunday into your Monday. Let's take a look at the rest of the evening and into the day tomorrow and notice that clouds are becoming a little more of a common thing that we'll be talking about. Around 8 o'clock, 31 degrees. We're really going to lose all of that sunshine, obviously. It's already gone. So now we're letting the nighttime hours try to settle in. By 11 o'clock, we're at 30, mid and upper 20s overnight, and into the day tomorrow, we could be right around 50 degrees. Now, this is coming off of 2 days in a row that we were stuck in the 30s. Next week, we'll do the 50s and 60s on several occasions. Comes with a price, though, rounds of rain. We will track those coming up for you in just a few minutes.
The family of a man hit and killed on a bike ride has found a way to honor him and keep his love of cycling alive. Mark Hinkle died back in May. Georgetown police say a drunk driver hit him while he was riding in the Horsey 100. Today, Hinkle's family donated bicycles to a boys club in the hopes those boys will love being on a bike as much as Mark did. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain talked to his family.
In a season when people give,
they will remember this for the rest of their life.
A new program of giving begins this Christmas.
Most of these kids probably wouldn't have the ability to have a bike like this.
Today, a select number of kids from the Conquest Boys Club in Lexington were surprised with a new bike and helmet.
Made their day, so we're excited to be able to make these boys' days. It'll just be heartwarming, and it'll see a little bit of Mark in that when I see those kids.
Today was about giving. It was also a way to hold on to the memory of Mark Hinkle this holiday season.
Because he loved it so much, it was such a big part of his life.
The hope for the Hinkle family is that the Mark Hinkle Moving Forward bike program will become an annual event every Christmas.
We knew that, honoring Dad with bikes would be amazing.
An avid cyclist, Mark Hinkle was killed by a drunk driver while he was riding in the Horsey 100 in Georgetown last spring.
The girls and I just felt like we wanted to do something with the bikes in his memory.
And sharing Mark's passion with these kids helps to make this Christmas a bit brighter for everyone.
It means everything. I mean, my son, they appreciate everything. Thank you.
She's smiling down on us. He's getting the love of his bike and
a blessing to
biking.
people that can't get it. My kids, they love to ride a bike, and they didn't even have one.
Oh, good. I'm
Thank
glad
you.
we can get that.
Thank you so much.
Do better?
Yeah! In Lexington, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
The Hinkle family says Walmart matched and in turn doubled all of their donations. Today, inmates in a Southern Kentucky jail gave their children gifts for Christmas. The Lincoln County jailer spent the last several weeks collecting toys for his inmates' kids. And this morning, those inmates met with their children to give them those special Christmas gifts. WKYT's Mike Byer was there.
I haven't got to hold my kids in a long time.
Alicia West has been in the Lincoln County Regional Jail for 5 months.
Mommy loves you.
So, being able to see her kids today was special.
My heart dropped. I was so happy.
That's my prayers.
Jailer Rob Wilson created a program that allows inmates like West to pick a donated toy to give to their child in person.
I was so happy that we was going to get to hold our kids and give them presents and stuff.
And there were plenty of gifts to go around, causing an emotional scene. A scene Wilson says he envisioned all along.
Well, hopefully we can start a movement. Today just reinforced what we believe to be the right thing. Today proves that we were right, so we will continue this program.
Nearly 100 kids were able to see their parents to celebrate Christmas, a Christmas they didn't expect to have this year.
They're enjoying the experience. And for some of these children, this is probably the first time they've actually been here to see their parent since they've been incarcerated.
love you. Kids mean a lot to us, and they still need to know we're there for them and stuff.
In Lincoln County, Mike Byer, WKYT.
All extra toys are going to local charities, churches, and schools. Today's UK game was a disappointing one. The Cats were a big favorite heading into today's matchup with Ohio State. The teams played in a packed Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Lee K. Howard breaks down the Wildcats' second loss of the season.
That's right, Kristen. You know, Kentucky struggles once again away from Rupp Arena, and this time against an Ohio State team that almost no one gave a chance to beat Kentucky. Of course, I guess that's why they say that's why you play the game. Kentucky in an early hole. Isaiah Briscoe drives, gets it to Marcus Lee for the big slam. UK down 14-12, and then Ohio State goes on their 11-3 run in the middle of the first half. Tyler Eulis loses the ball in the paint. Buckeyes going the other way. Kiana Bates-Diop slams it home there. Buckeyes led by as many as 14 in the first half. Ohio State finished out the first half in a way that John Calipari was most disappointed with. You saw Bates-Diop hit the buzzer beater, 7th OSU 3 of the first half. Second half now, after Ohio State took the 15-point lead, Jamal Murray tried to do it all by himself. He scored 27 points in the second half, knocked down a big three there. And then Alex Poitras with a huge three with about 4 minutes left to play. That brought Kentucky within 3 at 63-60. But as Calipari talked about, they could never make those winning plays, and Ohio State made all of them. The putback by Jayshawn Tate, that was good, and Kentucky falls for the second time this year, 74-67, the final there. We will be right back in just a few minutes to have more highlights and hear from John Calipari after the loss. Kristen?
Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Bluegrass got a big donation today. Audi of Lexington filled their showroom with dozens of new bikes for the children involved in the mentoring program. Audi donated 70 bikes, and they bought an extra bike for every one the public donated to the drive. Audi of Lexington's owner tells us the donations poured in.
I mean, it's incredible. It's just absolutely incredible. And we've had customers come in looking at new cars that left, went to Walmart, bought bikes, and came back. I mean, it's infectious. It's unbelievable.
Even Santa helped distribute the bikes this afternoon.